Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hi. The topic of my presentation is surviving the survival education through blended strategy in 14 weeks. Me, Dr. Muhammad Afzal Arifin, and Mr. Muhyiddin Kuti Omar, and this is our real surviving skills in teaching the survival education, which is TVET. Major disruption were faced in the education sector, setting back progress in the achievement of Goal 4 of SDGs, which is to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all during the pandemic. Scholars pointing out that people perform better when they have a mix of modalities and methods of learning. This is where we come across with the blended learning. So blended learning is the existing method which combines multiple modalities, which is the online materials, with the traditional place-based education methods. It is, however, seldomly used in technical and vocational education, or TVET, or sometimes we call it as survival education, as the nature of the education program is actually more on hands-on methods and practical work. Due to that nature, when pandemic hits, many TVET schools and institutions are closed across the globe. For a long run, the survival of TVET education or the survival education now depends on how fast it could adapt and tolerate with the classical pragmatism philosophy that has been embedded from generations. Experts are suggesting a general guidelines of how education should respond to COVID-19. We have a range of options from television to the online platform. The question is, how should TVET education utilizing these general guidelines? How it looks like? At the moment, there is not much real example, not much specific guidelines for skills-based education, and it might be contradict with the TVET philosophy. We are actually trying to create a real example of blended teaching and learning in TVET from the implementation of wood technology course for technical and vocational education students from School of Education. The implementation were about 14 weeks, which is during semester 2, session 2020-2021, with a careful arrangement of different modalities throughout the weeks. In general, it starts with the online session about 5 weeks, continue with the face-to-face session for another 4 weeks, and again ended up another 4 weeks for online session. There are several strategies implemented, which are by using e-learning platform, developing online content, preparing centralized portal for reference, real hands-on experience, and reporting through Eportfolio platform. In general, we are very fortunate as we were strongly encouraged to use our e-learning platform. Basically, the e-learning platform is where we centralize the materials, information, activities, and quizzes to the students. YouTube provides a good platform sharing. We utilize this platform to create online content such as workshop touring, demonstration of how to use machines and tools, and also showing them examples of specific hands-on skills. As we were provided with our own portal, I created a page full of the list of machineries operations linked to many other websites. This portal is actually helps students to their exploration with the right guidance, as we are the one who control their online learning experience. Once they have the basic idea and information of handling tools, machineries, and other specific knowledge in woodworking, they are now ready to the experience and real woodworking in the workshop. Within a very limited time, which is 3 to 4 weeks, lecturer and instructor already designed a possible project to accomplish within the time frame. This phase is very important as the lecturer and instructor have to design the activities to achieve the optimal requirement of the skill mastery or the competencies. Towards the end, students will have their own reflection and discussion with lecturer through the online platform. This is where they have to come up with their proper project report. Through the Eportfolio, students will submit their report and at the same time record their learning experience in the electronic platform. All of this process was simplified in this figure through 4 stages, which is providing information, self-exploration, real experience, and reporting. As we can see, there are 2 main outputs here, which is the shoe rack and the final report. The shoe rack might be there and it might be useful now, but the Eportfolio is so important as it records students' experience of learning, which can be later used for skill accreditation or job application. This strategy was proven successful based on the outcome of the implementation, in which 10% of our students achieving A+, 75% A, and 15% A- in the course. Students also reflected that the approach managed to cover the content. However, since blended learning required students' exploration to master certain topics by themselves, more guidance were needed in helping students identifying the correct references for their materials hunting. Last but not least, we are surviving the survival education through blended learning in 14 weeks. Through the survivor, there are signs and lessons that we can learn. Thank you.